Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining TestFlix. I'm thrilled to be here to discuss a topic that is crucial for all of us in the world of software testing today. That is, keeping the wheels of continuous testing in motion. My name is Nishi. I work as a technical learning expert at Alteryx. I have been into software testing world for about 15 years, and I have worked as a tester, a test lead, an automation evangelist, a trainer on automation and software testing courses. It has been a fun ride, and that has brought me to my current role of a learning expert where I design and craft trainings and learning resources. And it has brought me speaking to you today. Here, we'll explore how we can embrace the continuity and pace of agile software development to ensure high quality software delivery. So, let's dive in. The software world is constantly under pressure of speed to market. Software delivery speed is important because it feeds your business. Teams are faced with a challenge to deliver their software at a steady pace. Software testing is an imperative part of this process, so it is not left untouched by this constant hustle. As the software delivery deadlines shorten, software testing too needs to evolve and adapt to fit the needs of this hour. And it has already done so in many aspects. What is continuous testing? Continuous testing is the ongoing process of automatically and systematically testing software throughout the development lifecycle to ensure the quality and functionality. When we talk about continuous testing, we are not just talking about a phrase in the development cycle. We are talking about a mindset. It is the commitment to ensuring that every piece of code is thoroughly tested before it reaches our users. We are not just checking boxes, we are creating an environment where excellence is non negotiable. Now, here's the main point. Continuous testing is the backbone of our development process. It's like the wheels on a car. They keep us moving forward. So, integrating testing seamlessly into our CI/CD pipelines is our secret sauce for delivering reliable software at the speed of our users' demand. No compromises on quality, no shortcuts. So there is a need to find a good balance between how much time we spend on new features and the time spent on taking care of the software structure and translate that into a sustainable quality work. Agile development is our canvas, and speed and quality are our paints. We all know that in an agile world, speed matters. But let's not forget that quality is equally vital. It is about finding that delicate balance, delivering features rapidly while ensuring they work as intended. So, continuous testing ensures that each iteration contributes to the larger masterpiece without introducing more defects that could haunt us later. The role of continuous testing in Agile Success is to maintain the balance between rapid development of iterations and delivering this high quality software. Picture this, a race against time to get our product out there. But remember, we are not just racing for the sake of speed. Swift feedback is our secret weapon here. We are not just testing, we are validating assumptions and uncovering issues that could impact our users. And then let's talk strategies for effective testing to keep that speed. First, of course, is test automation, implementing some automated tests for repetitive and critical scenarios to ensure faster and consistent testing. Then, parallel testing, running multiple tests simultaneously across different environments or devices to expedite your cycle. Then, continuous integration into different CI/CD pipelines. We already talked about that. And then things like exploration. Keep more time for exploratory testing, conducting these sessions so that we can quickly uncover critical issues instead of just following hard scripts. and buddy testing, which is just getting in there, getting your hands dirty with the developer on board as your buddy so that you're collaborating with your team members to review each other's tests, facilitating some, knowledge sharing and uncovering defects that are more effective. Now, from the traditional to agile, it's a shift that redefines our approach. So, adapting test planning and strategy is important according to this new paradigm. We are no longer following a predetermined path. We are adapting to the landscape as it changes. So, dynamic adjustments in our strategies ensure that our tests remain relevant and effective. It's like navigating through a bustling city. We take detours when traffic gets heavy. So, one such detour is with our documentation. Testing is traditionally associated with a lot of documentation on test cases, test plans, strategies, scenarios, and whatnot. So, gone are the days of heavily worded test plan or strategy documents, huge Excel sheets, huge test scenarios, and step by step instructions to every test case. We have got to get nimble and find ways to create lightweight and useful documentation. So, using strategy like mind maps to create your test plans, your strategies, and templatize wherever possible. So, a lot has been made easy today by today's test management tools, but we still got to have control over how much and what documentation we are creating and how it will be maintained. Risk-based test strategy. Now, this is an approach to software testing that prioritizes testing efforts based on the identified risk. The risk strategy involves analyzing those risks and determining their likelihood of occurrence and their impact if they were to occur. The goal is allocating resources and efforts and time, everything, based on the risk factor that comes out against their likelihood and impact. So the risks that pose the highest risk to the project success potentially could get more resources allocated to them and hence reducing testing efforts overall. Optimizing your test processes. Now, automation is the heartbeat of continuous testing. It's not about replacing humans, it's about elevating our capabilities. It's like having a team of tireless testers working 24/7. So, integrating automation into our CI CD pipelines ensures that our tests are efficient, consistent, and reliable. It's about leveraging this technology to enhance our testing arsenal. So needless to say, test automation is key to faster testing. We need functional automation of key use cases. Now, that's different for everybody. For some, key use cases could be just the regression test pack, while for some, it could be a list of predefined happy path scenarios, while for some, it could be 100% of their tests. So, whatever it may be, we need automation suites that run reliably, quickly, and effectively on most of these areas. But the main point here is not just the skill and having a suite of automated tests, it is the why of it. Why do we need to automate? We need them so that we have time to explore the newer parts of the functionality, to work the software in different ways, and to perform more creative tests. Time is what we get when we automate, and time is of the essence in today's speed of the market. We are diving into the realm of dynamic adjustments to stay agile, to stay nimble in the face of these changes. The first thing is continuous feedback and collaboration. Imagine we are working on a mobile banking app, and as we are testing different features, we receive feedback from our end users about a new payment feature. They find it confusing and they suggest some improvements. So instead of waiting until the next development cycle or the next big release, we are immediately collaborating with the team and telling the development team about these feedbacks. We share this and have a quick discussion and adjust our testing plan to focus on this critical area. Now, by incorporating this feedback early and adjusting this approach, we ensure that the app's usability has improved, enhancing the overall user experience. Great. Another thing, agile methodologies and quick responses. Now, let's consider a scenario where we are developing an e-commerce website, right? So in the midst of testing, the marketing team informs us about an urgent promotion they want to launch. So in this process, in agile environment, we quickly get to prioritize this request. Our testing strategy adapts to help with this request, and we are able to respond to the last minute change efficiently because agile approach allows us that shift easily without disrupting the entire rhythm. Then test environments and test assets. Let's look at a software project for an online streaming platform. So suddenly there's a surge in demand due to, let's say, a popular TV show release. We all know those. Then the developers now have to respond because the environments have to support the sudden surge in users. So with adaptable test environments, we quickly adjust the virtual load for performance testing, right? And we ensure that the system can handle the increased traffic. So our test assets like performance scripts, like data sets, are fine-tuned to reflect these changes, so guaranteeing that there's a smooth streaming experience for our end users. So these real world examples demonstrate that the practical application of dynamic adjustments that we can make. Speaking of strategy, now let's talk about test prioritization. Just like packing for a trip, we need to choose what to bring and what can maybe left behind. So prioritization can take multiple forms. The first one is, let's say, the test prioritization, how we decide on the priorities of what to test, what to pick. Prioritizing critical tests ensures that we focus on what truly matters. Then comes defect prioritization. This is another big one, and that absolutely cannot happen in silos. How often are we doing our defect triages? Are the bugs being picked for resolution quick enough, or are they just lying in the system waiting to be assigned to people? Are the bugs resolved, being integrated in time and efficiently to your quicker builds? Or are the fixes breaking things in the system? Do we have a metric to track these failures? All of these are viable questions that we need to constantly ask and stay on top of. Then we talk about buddy testing. So two heads are better than one. So if we are buddying up with our developers and getting in there even before the first builds are ready, we can share our insights, we can accelerate the feedback loops, and that can, provide more coverage overall. Cross-functional collaboration in agile delivery. So you see, we are not in this alone. Collaboration is our superpower in agile. DevOps blurs the lines between development, operations, and tests, and we are integral part of all of this journey. Breaking down those silos and creating effective communication and a shared responsibility for quality, these principles can lay the foundation of successful agile delivery, not just with our peers, our fellow testers, but across teams. We have to constantly partner in things like design, discussions, suggestions for UX, documentation reviews, peer reviews, and so much more. So it's about working together to deliver excellence. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with some practical tips. Firstly, foster a culture of continuous improvement. Our industry evolves rapidly and we need to evolve with it. Next, regularly reassess, test priorities, and adjust your strategies as needed. And lastly, embrace the adaptability. Agile isn't static, it's about constant evolution. And as we keep the wheels of continuous testing in motion, we are not just testing software, we are shaping the future of digital experiences. So, with this, I wrap up. Thank you all for being here today. Let's continue to drive quality, speed, and innovation in our testing practices. So, for anything further, please reach me at testwithnishi.com. That's my blog. Testwithnishi, that's my Twitter handle. And there's my email ID right there on the screen. So, I'll be happy to chat with you. Thank you.